Hi there, Frank here for premium members for the trading day of September 23rd, 2025, a Tuesday. A lot is happening and good things are happening. Let's go one by one. Everything is evolving as planned. Let's see. So indexes, they're melting up, we said. They're longs in progress, and this is exactly what's happening. You should be pocketing, trailing, taking profits depending on your trading plan and the trailing plan, of course. And look at this weekly, whatever we identify. You see, this is pretty much textbook. Pull back into resistance, then breakout first, pull back after the breakout. Regardless of the time frame, these things work, and we were right on top of it. Now, the other three pretty much tell us the same thing, but let's have a quick look here. NQ is next. Everybody knows what's happening on the NQ. We should be long. Look at these wonderful structures here intraday, if you trade intraday. I also want to point out a couple of things. Well, maybe not necessary because we talked about these bottom tails on the 4-hour chart. Beautiful. And also, let me just say that you see when you look at these three pullbacks, for example, one of them, the first one, ran the stops. So this is just typical. You see, just because it's a pullback, there's no guarantee that it's not going to reach out. This is normal market behavior, natural part of being a trader. Sometimes we get stopped out unless you use very large stops. That's why I recommend that you define stops on the 4-hour chart, size appropriately, and then you will not be exposed to this monkey business intraday. Okay, back to the charts. YM. Nice pullback here. We can interpret this as a complex bull flag, something like this, you see. So a little complicated, but we broke out and we're going to head to the upside most likely. We just broke out here. And last but not least, RTY is moving nicely to the upside here as well. Good day on the market. And the move is not done yet because the 4-hour chart is just getting ready. Okay, onto currencies on which we had some deep pullbacks, but I would ignore the shorts. I would focus on the longs, which are on the daily chart. 6E. This is a situation where we almost reached down to the other side of the Keltner, but I'm not interested in shorting this based on the daily and also the weekly. Look at this. Now, also the 6E, it's always a good idea to be aware of the long-term map, you see? So 118, this is a busy area here back in 2020, you see? And not surprisingly, it is being traded again, this area. And then the next one will probably be 130 and then 140, and perhaps there's one more, 160. So this is landscape, okay, the terrain that probably we're going to head first to 130 here on the 6E. And the other one, 6A, you can find similar trades on other currencies as well. Onto metals, on which GC, SI, we are long on these. We hope that you are too. There's no reason not to be long on these. And so this is the gold market. Little pullback here, but I think this is very much a slide along the Keltner. Look at this wonderful breakout here on the weekly chart. SI is 44. So what can we say? Nothing you didn't know a couple of days, couple of weeks ago. Yes, there's one more I was looking at, actually trading to, palladium. So palladium or the ETF, PALL, is an excellent market to trade. Here is a bull flag on the futures market. So the idea, I keep repeating, the ideas come from the futures market. That's why it's very important to keep looking at the futures markets, that where we gain ideas from. But then, depending on our resources, there's nothing wrong with turning to an appropriate ETF. In this case, I think it's called PALL. Actually, I know it's called PALL. These are very good conditions, and we just need to do the job. We'll be back in the morning, and until then, mindful trading.